Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to be part of our first SBA virtual conference. Thank you for joining in today's sessions on the 8-day Business Development Program updates. My name is Von Tran, and I'm the Director of the Office of Certification and Eligibility in the Office of Business Development. Okay. We have some exciting and new initiatives that I would like to share with you. They are as follows: streamline 8A application process, streamline the annual review process, deployment of certified.sba, re-engineer 7J program, which is a free training, enhance the 8A mentor project program, and lastly, the 8A program digital service initiative. Spread the word. We have streamlined the 8A application process. I'm sure as many of you heard in the past, our application process takes about 6 to 12 months, even more, for firms to hear back from the SBA. Also, as you know, some of the firms pay about $4,000 to $6,000 to hire a consultant to complete the 8A application, but that doesn't mean they're going to be approved. As you can see, in the past, we have the rate of approval is 47%. That means the firm gets less than a 50-50 chance to get approved. And also, as you know, in the past, we have firms would submit in hard copy of the application, like stack high. Sometimes we get it comes in 2 boxes of for one application. So what we did was, under our new leader, Jackie Robinson Burnett, we took a group of smart people who are open to change, and we locked them in a room for a week here at headquarters. The group made up of staff from our processing center, the Office of General Counsel. We also have the Office of Hearing Appeal to join the meeting and to help us to streamline this process. So what the team did was they looked at what is required in the statute, what is required in the application, in the regulations, and determined if we need to change the regulations. At the end of that week, they came out and recommended to eliminate 27 of the 54 documents. That's half, about 50% of required documents. Yay! Also, they also identify a couple of changes, recommendations to change the regulations, such as no more wet signature. We are now in the age of digital signatures, so we no longer require wet signatures. And also, the applicant no longer has to provide economic narrative, right? Why do they need to say they are poor? And also, we don't base on a narrative. We base on the personal financial statement, which is the form SBA Form 413. So those are just examples of some of the regulation changes that we made per the streamlined application process. So the success story of this streamline was that after the week that they spent here at headquarters, they went back. My team went back to San Francisco and to Philadelphia, and a week later, a handful of firms that were approved were within 11 to 15 days. That is so awesome. From 6 to 12 months now to 11 to 15 days. That was from the time the application we received to the date when the Associate Administrator Business Development signed that application. So it was, the AABD was so surprised. We were shocked. So it has been very successful. Our average right now is about 45 days on the approving the application. Also, what we do is we issue a procedure notice to the team, to the processing team, to my team here, to mitigate the return of applications for minor reasons and typos. And so before the staff could send back the application, they had to get a supervisor approval. As you can see here in the slide here, Our application now is like a day to average of 45 days. And I'm very pleased to announce that in 2016, our approval rate went from 47 back in a couple of years ago to now 82%. So that is such a great story to share with you. Okay, so spread the word again. So since we streamlined the AA application process, it only makes sense to streamline the annual review process. As you know, the annual review process in the past is the same as the AA applications, which doesn't make sense. And also now, because the firm hire consultants, now that they're in the program, they have to do themselves, and because many of the firms are small businesses, they wear multiple hats, and they don't have time to do the paperwork again. And as a result, we have an annual termination about 200 firms, and that is not doing justice to the small business. We're not helping them. And also, in the field, we are putting them more on the compliance piece rather than the business development. About 50% of the firms in our portfolio, they don't have contracts in the first 3 years in the program. So we need to focus on business development and less compliance on the first year, and let the field staff focus on that. So what we did was similar to the 8A application process. We took a group of smart people again and locked them in a room here at headquarters for a week. And the office, the team made up of the people in our office, as well as the staff from the field office and the office of general counsel, the attorneys. And we sat down, we looked at, again, what is required in the statute, what is required in regulations, and see do we need to make any changes. At the end of that 1 week, they have recommended to eliminate about 60% of the required documents. That is so awesome. And now we have one checklist, not multiple checklists across. And then we also have streamlined the form, SBA Form 1450. The form is not easy to read. It's in plain language. It's a yes or no checkbox. Yes, then they complete this. If it's no, they skip to the next question. So we're hoping that this is very streamlined for the firm, for those who's running by one person to be able to complete. And the required document is just a couple pieces of paper. That's it. So we want to focus more on business development and able to manage the risk and the fraud abuse. So when the firm gets the first contract, that's when we do our eligibility review. As I indicated before, the first 3 years, many firms don't have a contract, so we should be helping them, trying to find business development, trying to groom them, how to write proposal, how to go after business opportunities. Okay. So next is our deployment of certified.sba.gov. So as you know, our small business programs, each program have their own system. For example, the 8A Business Development Program, we have our BDMIS and EAA. And those systems are outdated, software and hardware, and it's not up to date where meets our needs today. For example, it doesn't have the uploading capability, and we would get people complaining about our system. It's not user-friendly. So what we did was this time we were smart enough. We collaborated with the U.S. Digital Service Team. So they helped us, and we went down the route of agile development. So what is agile? Agile is where we built a bare minimum system. So we started out with the women-owned program, women-owned small business program, where it's not complicated as the 8 program. And we built that. We started with the women-owned, built that program, and then we based the success of the program and built on top of it the All Small Business Program, Mentor Protege Program, and then we built on top of that the AA program. So small wins, these small successes. And throughout this development, they get feedback from users, and we call it user stories. Because in the past, we would in the past, we would just hire contractors, tell them this is what we need, and the contractor would go somewhere and build a system and bring the system back to us, and then it doesn't meet our needs or the scope of our needs. But the agile, the agility method, this is users giving feedback to the contractor as they build the systems. So at the end, we built this certified.sbi.gov, and it's to ensure that the small business certification, Women-Owned, All Small, and HubZone, and our small business search products are more secure, easier to use, more robust, more efficient, and more flexible. Okay. We also is going to monetize the platform. And eventually, all of our old systems will be migrated to the certified.sbi.gov. And then firms don't have to submit multiple times. This reduces the administrative burden on the firms. For example, if a firm decides to apply for the AA program and they submit their tax returns, they submitted their financial statements, they should, and once they're in the program, the A program, and if they decide to apply in the HubZone because they're in the HubZone location, they should not have to submit the tax return. They shouldn't have to submit the financial statement. If it's, with a short period of time and still valid, really should just go into the system and click on, I want to use my financial statement, I want to use my tax return, and then the SBA HubZone program should have access to that system, to those documents. So we are trying to be smarter, bold, and accessible, where we just have one system where all the program will be using this one system. Okay, and also it will create consistency across the program in terms of reviews, because everybody will review the same document. Okay. Okay. 7J, Engineer 7J program, and so it's a free training. As many of you know, we have 7J program. And in the past, this program is significantly underutilized. Not a lot, when we go to orientations or go to training, we ask our firms, are you aware of the 7J? And not a lot of people know about, not a lot of firms know about the 7J. So we need your assistance in helping promoting the 7J program. And we are making the 7J the topics more relevant. For example, we just awarded a contract on cybersecurity. This is a hot topic. This is what the other agency needs, and the firm needs to know that. So we can train them, educate them about cybersecurity, so then they can offer the service to the agency. We have for this year, we have $2.8 million on to spend on 7J program. Okay. Enhance the 8A Mentor Protege program. So in the past, you heard stories where it takes a long time to process the mentor protege agreements. It would take 6 to 12 months, even years, to process the mentor protege agreements. And also, it doesn't focus on business development, where we require the mentors to give, to train, provide business development, assist the protege. So what we did, we also streamlined the mentor protege application process. So the mentor protege application process would go to the district office. And if the district office reviews and process and approves it, it would go directly sent to our headquarters office here, and we would just review, send it to the associate administrator to sign off. In the past, if it was a review, it would come to our headquarters, we would review it again, and takes another 30 days to 60 days, and then goes to our associate administrator. We streamlined the process where if it's reviewed, it goes straight directly to the associate administrator to sign off. So as a result of that, we at headquarters, our approval rate is between 3 to 5 days, versus as you've heard, 6 to 12 months and years. So that is an awesome success there. And also, we have increased our federal agency confidence in our mentor protege agreements. In the past, we have the mentor program agreements. It would be renewed every year, and if it wasn't renewed, it would expire. And then, as a result of that, it would have an impact on our JV, on our joint venture contracts agreements. So now the mentor project agreement is good for 3 years, automatically good for 3 years. And then if they decide to do another one, they can do another MPA agreements. And then we also trying to have the mentor to develop the project and create more and expanding the mentors pool. We want the mentor to teach the protege, right? If the protege doesn't know how to submit a proposal, we want the mentor to do that. So we've been telling the protege, get what you need from the mentor. If you need a security clearance, get that from the mentor, right? If you have a mentor, that's what you want. You get what you need. It's not about contracts. Because you want to teach to get the skills that you need to grow your company. So spread the word. I mean, we want to, as I indicate, we want to increase the number of AA graduates serving as a mentor. This is our 3rd year, I believe, where we have our annual mentor project conference. Last year we had it in the summer, and we had about 250 participants in the conference. So this year, as you can see here, it's May 9th through 11th in the DoubleTree Hotel in the Crystal City, Arlington. We also have speed dating. We will have federal agency to come to the speed dating as well. So I encourage you, if you work with the AA firms, please let them know that we have this annual mentor project conference. There's a cost. I think last year the cost was $99 to participate. I don't know what the cost is for this year. We're still trying to finalize the agenda. Once I have the information, I can definitely share that with you. But at least you can save the date for May 9th through the 11th. Okay. So 8-day program digital service initiative. So what we did was the SBA collaborated with the U.S. Digital Service, and we came up with this new tool for the Federal Aid Contracting Officer to procure digital services. As I mentioned earlier about the agile development, we want to push this new method for agency to, when they build a new system, they try something new, we want them to use this our program, first of all, and to use the digital service. So our office and the U.S. Digital Office, we draft a memo to the procurement office, to the contracting officer, let them know about this new initiative where procurement agency can use our program to make a quick direct award for procurements up to $4 million in value. And the procurement agency, using the digital services, when they work the digital services through our program, they do not need to request release from the AA competition, because when they decide to award new services or add-ons to the new services, we deem it as a new contract. So then we need to come back to ask for the permission to release from our program. So this acquisition is revolving digital service projects. So it has to be within the strict scope as defined in the below. Learn the process, select the tech, build the minimum viable product. And here's the link that you can find more information about this new digital service. We had an industry day back in October, and we feel about 25 AA firms were interested in this service. And we wanted to grow and spread the word about this initiative. to other agencies like SBA, how we used digital service to help us build our certified.sba, and the success that we're seeing across, from this project. So we want to spread the word out to other agencies. So if you know firms who offer digital services, please let them know about our program where they become an AA certified and then can offer this service to the agency. Okay. Office of Business Development. So this slide is to really give you our office structure and what we're responsible for, as I indicated in our charts of the certification eligibility, where my team processes applications. Our two teams process applications, the Philadelphia and the San Francisco. And then I have two teams here in headquarters who process the continuing eligibility, the change of ownership, terminations, suspensions. And then here we have my colleagues, my counterpartner, Stanley Jones Jr. He is in the Office of Management and Technical Assistance. He manages the mentor and protege, the 8A mentor and protege program, as well as the 7J. And then my other colleague is Sharon Gurley, who is the office in the program review. She does FOIA, congressionals, OIG. And of course, we have Robert Watkins, who is the acting associate administrator. Okay. Okay. Open up. I see a lot of questions here. I know I probably did that really quick. Let's see. So, Alex, so I just go pick I see I'm looking at the question here. I have a question regarding, does this apply to a firm who is woman-owned certified and who wants to apply for the AA program? So our program is for the socially economically disadvantaged individuals. So if there are women who are fit in the category of the socially economically disadvantaged, they can certainly apply. Yes, I believe you will get the slides. Nathaniel will let you know or provide you the link. If not, you can certainly email me here, yvonne.chen@sba.gov, and I will send you the slides as well. Should firm now use certified.sba to submit the AA application? Great questions. We are now in the interim process because certified.sba, the certified team, is building our system, so it's not fully up and running yet as the woman-owned or the all-small. We are in the interim process, so the firms will still have to go to BDMIS, right, the GLS BDMI system, put in the information, and then when they get to the last couple steps, which is basically telling them that they need to go to certified.sba.gov and upload the documents. So part of the reg change is that everything, the application has to be submitted electronically, and BDMIS does not have the capability to upload. So we have asked the certified team to help us, give us that capability. So the firms now have to do step 2, which is go to certify, establish an account, or if they already have an account because of the woman-owned or small, they can just tell us what documents they want us to use. So basically go to certify, upload your documents, but you still need to go to BDMIS to put all the information in the system. Great question. Okay. Okay, I think I answered that. So the wet signature. So one question is regarding to the wet signature. And this also applies to the annual review as well, to all the to our AA program office. Firm can email the signature page. For example, our forms 1450 or our form 1010, 1010 IND. they can sign the last page, and then they can scan it and upload it to Certify. So, for example, for the application, the firm still has to print out the entire application, and they can just sign and then upload that document to Certify. They no longer have to mail the application to our office. All they need to do is just upload with their scanned signature. And also I want to make a note that in our streamlined process, we've updated, revised the forms. I mentioned earlier we revised the 1450. We also revised and updated the forms 1010 and 1010 IND. We tried to go back and look at the questions, see does it make sense, are we duplicating, and so we really look carefully and scrub down the questions and trying to make it plain language. So right now we are waiting for OMB to approve our forms, but note that when we move to our new system, certified.sba.gov, there will be no forms. It will be just a bunch of questions, and you answer the questions and you upload where it's appropriate. So that's where we are with moving in the future. There'll be no longer no forms. It will be questions from the form. That will be on certified.sba. Okay. Okay, here's a question. This is applied to firm who is a woman and wants to apply for a program. I think I answered that. So again, if it's a firm from the woman who is a woman-owned business, if she is eligible, if she meets the criteria for the socially, economically disadvantaged, then she applies. We have, in our program, we have a presumed group, African American, Asian, Hispanic, the entity owned, Alaska Native, and all that. If you're not one of those presumed groups, you can still apply under the preponderance of evidence, where you demonstrate or show us that you have been discriminated in different areas, and you can read more on our regulations, which is 13 CFR 103, so 124-103. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me on that as well. Okay. I'm referring to the application process. So, okay. Okay, thank you, Adrian. So if you upload the documents, right, for the woman-owned, the tax returns and the financials, and if the firm decides to apply for the program, the firm still has to go to BDMIS again to fill out the application and then print out the application and upload it to certified.sba. But if you already have the firm's financials or the applicant's tax returns in the system, you can just, I believe, and correct me, I'm still learning about Certify, I believe there's a checkbox where you can indicate that you want to use the document that's already in Certify to apply for the aid program. If you have any question about that, you can certainly email me, and I will connect to the Certified team who can help the firm further. Okay. Will additional streamlining take place in any HA service and program compliance? Yes. We will have more opportunities to streamline the AA processes. So right now we have streamlined the application process. We have streamlined the annual review process. We have streamlined the MP process, the mentor protege process, but such as the JV or the reviewing the business plan, we are also planning to streamline the business plan too. The team that, during the annual review team during the week that we met, they also identify and streamline the business plan. So the business plan has like 45 questions or 50 questions. They have streamlined to about 15 questions. How awesome is that? So we are also doing that. Once it's finalized, we definitely will share this with you and let the team know. We have streamlined the change of ownership as well. The change of ownership, change of business structure, and all that is actually updated in our SOP. We are working on developing training on letting you know about all the streamlined process. We're just waiting for OMB to bless us with the forms for the application, the annual review process. Okay. Another question, should firms now use certified to submit the application on the SBA still say to use GLS? So, and I may have answered. Yes, so firms still need to use GLS, BDMIS. I believe we just implemented, make the changes in our landing page of the BDMIS, where it tells the firm that they need to print out the application, go to the certified.sba.gov link, and there's a link on the landing page of BDMIS, and then there's a guide on how to submit the information. There is a guide to this, you call it interim process, while we wait for SBA, for Certify to fully develop our AA application process. So there is a guide. If you need that guide, certainly email me, and I will provide you the guide regarding to this change on how to submit during this interim process. So, and then they can go to certified.sba and upload the documents. And then our team will have access to the documents, and we will let you know that we have received your application, and the review process is the same. It's just getting the information and to the team, have firm upload the documents and assign it to the team. It'll be a little different, but once we have the application, the process is still the same. Okay. Documents, the question, so currently documents no longer need to be mailed in. That is correct. Documents do not need to be mailed in. You can upload the documents to certified.sba.gov. For termination, for like change of ownerships, or for requests to, any request, we encourage firms to email to their DOS. So it's application you upload to Certify. Is during the annual review process or other requests and mentor project agreements, we encourage firms to also email or send it electronically. This will help us when we try to migrate all the documents from different systems into this one system, which is our certified.sba. So please encourage your firms to submit things electronically. Okay. Yes. So yes, additional streamlining will be in place. When we streamline other processes, please let me know if you're interested, be part of the team. I'm looking at here, this appears to be someone from the SBA team office in the field. So if you're interested, please let me know. Will a system be eliminated as long as it's utilized? So let me be clear regarding to the system. So once certified.sba.gov, our new system, is up and running, BDMIS and EAA will no longer exist. So we're going to migrate BDMIS and EAA and move it to Certify. And then Certify will be the only system that we'll be using. That is the goal. I don't know if it changes with anything, the upcoming changes, but right now our goal is to continue building our AA application process, our annual review process, all the AA process to this new certified.sba.gov system. Okay. Okay. Will be limited pieces. Please quickly go through the update process for the AA. When applying for the AA, is the narrative statement required? Sure. So with our new regulation changes back in August, one of the regulations is saying that you do not need to provide an economic narrative, right? So I know in BDMS, when you fill out, it requires you to put something in there. So you can just say, please see my personal statement, form SBA 413. So in BDMS, in order to get to the next step, you have to put something in the narrative, in the economic narrative piece. So, and you can just put that one sentence in there in order for you to move forward. But in general, we no longer require for the applicant to provide an economic narrative stating why you are poor or why, you're below the threshold, that you're, economic disadvantage, things like that. Okay. If you have more questions regarding that, please feel free to email me. Limit merge with BMS. Okay. Again, regarding to EAA and BDMIS, I'm hoping that certified.sba.gov will be up and running, and then the two systems, EAA and BDMIS, will migrate to certify. So all the field staff and all the SBA field staff and our office here will be using the same system, which is certified.sba.gov. We will no longer be using BDMIS and EAA. That is the goal. Again, that's the goal. Once it's up, once the certified.sba.gov is up and running, I will make sure that everybody in the field knows this happens. And once the effective date, you will need to set up an account. There will be training to make sure that you set up an account, you know how to use it. So definitely our office here, headquarters, will make sure that we provide training on how to use the system. Okay. One question, what streamlined process was done for the AA annual review? So the annual review, we definitely have streamlined the form, right, the 1450. We only ask what is required from the statute and what's required from the regulation. So we have eliminated questions that's not necessary. We only ask what is required, and then the firms only need to submit their the participant, the individual upon whom eligibility is based, the DVD. They would need to submit their 413, their tax returns, and then the firm needs to submit the business tax returns. And then if it's an entity owned, they would need to submit the benefits reports. That's it. So I believe you only have to submit 4 required documents, and that is very streamlined. Versus in the past, we would have a bunch of different checklists, and they had to submit all the requirements again, which is not necessary. For example, we do not ask for 912 for the annual review process. We only ask 912 during the application because we have reviewed their the good character at the beginning. So during the annual review, we can put third-party reports. And if there's something on that, then we can certainly ask the participants, but we don't need them to submit a 912. We can submit it if we did find something on the third-party report, but they don't need to submit at the beginning of the annual review package. So that's one streamlined process, is the form itself and asking less requirements document. Okay. Is there a new application checklist available since some documents are no longer needed? Yes, there is a new checklist, and that is on the Form 1010. We are still waiting for OMB to bless the form. Once OMB will bless the form, then we will send that to everybody, the new 1010 and new 1010 IND. But remember that when we move to certified.sba.gov, there will no longer be a checklist. It will be a question, and then if you answer the question and say yes, then you will upload the forms. You will upload additional documents. So remember that. So when the firms go to certified.sba, there'll be no longer just a checklist like BDMIS. I know it has a checklist. You need to submit this, A, B, C, and D. That won't happen in certified. In certified, there'll be a question, and then if you answer yes, you upload. If you answer no, you don't upload. So that's how Certify works. But definitely, once we have the forms blessed and approved, I will share that with everybody in the field. Will we have training on the new system? Yes, definitely. Everybody who's involved in processing the AA, part of the AA program or processing anything relating to the AA, we definitely will have a training on the new system Certify as well. And it's the same thing in HubZone. If you're involved in HubZone or Woman-Owned program out in the field, you definitely will get training. So you don't have training if you're involved in the Woman-Owned and you help the program some way, shape, or form, and you need training, definitely reach out to the Woman-Owned point of contact. You need help with that, just email me as well, and I can try to help find the point of contact. Will you provide training to PTACs? Yes, we once we develop this new system, Certify, or we finalize or get final approval for OMB on this new streamlined process, the application, the annual review process, we will provide training to our resource partners. Actually, my team right now is developing a training plan for the year, and there'll be a couple for face-to-face training. This is our first time doing a pilot where we do, my team in Philadelphia will do face-to-face, in-person training in the Philadelphia office, and I believe in Delaware, and then same thing with San Francisco district office and another location where the training is focused to resource partners, the district office, and the applicant's firm. And the training will be hands-on, talking about the new changes, and talking about the eligibility, but also at the same time linking it to the new system, the questions, going over the questions, the updated questions, to make sure you understand what we're asking. So we will have face-to-face training, but also we will have webinar trainings as well. So once we have finalized the training plan, we will share that with everyone. Will the annual review be considered centralized process? Will the annual reviews be considered for centralized processing? If the question is meaning, will it be here at headquarters? Will the headquarters do the annual reviews? The question is no. The annual reviews will still be done at the district office level. Right now, the only thing that will be centralized is the application and the continuing eligibility reviews for those high risk, or those not high risk but complicated cases, as I indicated, the criteria with this entity-owned firms, those firms with over 10 million, those firms that have MP, the mentor project agreements, or have joint ventures. Those continuing eligibility reviews will be done here at headquarters. Annual reviews will still be reviewed and completed at the district level. Okay. Are there any other questions? I think I have covered all the questions. If I miss any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and my staff here. Let's see if I can go back here. Joe is in the Philadelphia office. Teresa is in the San Francisco. We have Richard Blum here. This is new from some of you. Francine Morris has been detailed to the Certify team to lead this effort. So she has been detailed to help our GCBD effort in leading the Certify team to bring all the programs and make all the programs, the Woman-Owned, HubZone, AA, and all small. So she's not supporting me anymore, which I'm so sad. So right now, if you have questions about terminations, about voluntary withdrawals, or change of ownerships, please email to Rick Blum and myself, and then we will follow up with you. And also, as many of you know, some of you may know, we have an email box. It's called OCEactions with an S at sba.gov. That's our general mailbox for termination, change of ownership, suspension, anything like that. So you can send that to that email address, and we will definitely respond to you. Okay. Okay. If there are no further questions, thank you so much for participating in today's seminar. I hope I was able to give you some updates on our program. And when we have more updates, please, I will definitely let you know in some way, shape, or form. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you.